everyone, and welcome back into the Toy Barn. My name is Darren Lester, and Kathy is right over there.
Hey, folks.
And we are back tonight. Now, guys, this has been, and I told you guys in one of our videos several days ago now, because we are heading right now, starting off November. So we are heading into even a little bit more of the burr moments, right? So usually that's a good time for us eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark sellers. So we can just hope and pray they'll let us make some sales on the sites, right? But guys, today we fired off on 3 sites. We had within a matter of 24 hours, because we showed you everything in yesterday's video as it was, what shot off. And that was what? How many sales, Kathy? Right around 20 sales?
It was about 20 sales.
I think
that was actually would be Friday's video.
Yeah, I think if I've got it right, like Kathy said, Friday's video, I think that was 20 sales. Guys, we've got 10 more over here on deck. Now, granted, one of them was right there, right around midnight or so, if I remember right. But counting from midnight on, that's all here on the table. 10 items. So I'm very happy because it's eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. Now we got to get Madcap Toys Plus moving a little bit. We don't know what's really going on. I'm thinking just from history that the way eBay seems to work, one of our stores on the site seems to fire off. The other will do okay or somewhat good. But so far, at least lately, the sales don't hardly fire off random, bam, 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 back to back on both stores.
What kills me is I had a $0 day yesterday at Madcap Toys Plus, and today so far I've had a $0 day with having 3 days of consistent, lots of listing money put on.
So that's 2 days as of right now. What time is it?
It is 6:19.
Okay, 6:19 p.m. Just about like yesterday, which you know after if you watch yesterday's video, ended at a little over past 7 o'clock, about 7:15, 7:20ish, if I remember right. If I'm off a few minutes, forgive me, guys. But we're at plus 5 o'clock because we officially shut down the site where we work, as in what we're putting on most of the time, at 5.
And then Kathy picks up late at night after her job.
Kathy picks up, if she can, after she gets a lot of the shipping done and what have you. A little bit of late evening. Sometimes when I've got time, I'll take and do likewise, whether I do putting on extra, take more pictures to replace what Kathy's taken off or what I've done in the day. But I've done that a little bit today after I got done putting on the main sites. So I'm going to try, depending on what goes on with the boys, take a few more pictures tonight if everything works. Not looking like we might do it because we're not real sure, but if I get a chance, I'm going to. But we just have sort of a routine that goes on.
Sure.
But we're trying to figure out how to get Kathy's site to kick off a little bit, because if we can get that, guys, going, we are really going to be doing good. We're doing okay, but we're not doing good. So we want to see that happen. Also, another thing Kathy has noticed, and we've been discussing, we've been doing a few little mix and matches as it was. And we'll change up things as in pricing a tad. We'll edit the listings, change up pictures, do a few odds and ends as it was on some of the listings. And you know what? Every time we've done that the last few days, we've seen some sales go off on the site. So you just got to keep up with your stuff, guys. Sometimes you got to refresh it, take it out, redo it. And, just do what you can to get those sales to move. And remember, don't be afraid to offer discounts to people during this sales holiday, because that can make a big difference in your sale dollar amounts. It's very, very important.
In one situation with one of the action figures, all I did was drop it $1 and it sold.
Okay, there you go. And also, there's another thing you need to be very well aware of, and I'm glad Kathy brought that up. This was the werewolf figure, which she'll be showing off here in a few minutes. Now, that's sold off on the main eBay site, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it sold. She looked at our pricing and she said, you know what? We are about $1 higher than some of the other people. You can't do it on everything, but she lowered it $1 and it shot off within minutes. So be sure to keep an eye on your prices, and if you can, make a few little changes here and there. It don't mean you can't lower a price and then later on, if it don't work, nobody takes it, raise it back up a little bit, because things do change, markets change, times change, what's in today and sells today changes, and you know, different products are hot at different times. So keep that in mind, guys, because right now Halloween's hot. Few months here, you're going to have a lot of Christmas items moving out. It started already, but I mean, it's going to go. And guys, don't be afraid to think about sales in January, February, March, because people get a lot of refunds in that time.
Sure.
And in that time, you might make better sales, because we have very many times in the last 24 years made better sales in January, February, and March, and even up into April and the start of May at times than we made during October, November, and December.
Right.
So keep that in mind, guys. Be ready to pivot and move as best you can. I'm going to pass it off to Kathy because she's got a lot of stuff to tell you about over here.
All right.
Ready, Angel?
Absolutely.
All righty.
Hey folks, Kathy here, Madcap Toys. You are back in the toy barn. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and you're at the start of this week in November. Yeah, you're probably even thinking about what to make and what to eat and what to bring for the Thanksgiving holiday. I know it'll be only a few weeks away, but you know what? At the Lester house, we always try to prepare and do things ahead of time. And usually I end up only making the same stuff that they all want me to make because they love it so well. So, you know, sometimes I always want to change it up, but they won't.
How many of our girls are asking you to make your special for Thanksgiving?
Every single one of them.
Okay.
Even my sons, the same thing. Deviled eggs.
Chocolate pie.
Mom's got to do it.
And tell them about your chocolate pie, babe. You can't do the fancy one. You got to do the homemade or the old-fashioned chocolate pie.
You know how the real homemade chocolate pies are really good? The one with the crust and as well as the cocoa, the homemade. I love it. I love the homemade.
Mom makes a good chocolate pie.
Yes, I agree. That is a wonderful. My youngest son doesn't think so. So back in the day when Daren and I were kind of before eBay, when we were kind of struggling, doing what have you, we always made chocolate pies, but they were the fake ones, right? They're the fake shell. They're the Jell-O in the box where you pour it in and then 2 cups of milk, stir, it sets, it's there. My youngest son thinks that's the only way you should make chocolate pies. He will not eat the cooked. He doesn't like it.
Don't like Mama's
He says
homemade.
it's terrible, and we call it, for us, we call it trailer trash chocolate pie because back in the day, like I said, I don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because it was just the way to quick. You know, Daren and I worked. We struggled, but we worked.
Well, what was those boxes? What'd they cost? I mean, they weren't.
They were cheap back then. Jell-O instant pudding boxes.
These little square boxes.
Yeah, I buy them, and it just worked. It was quick. It was something to bring. But he won't. He has to have those during the holidays.
And he will complain
if you don't bring it. if it's not there. And then deviled eggs. They love the way I do deviled eggs. I put a little surprise ingredient in there. One year I just did it, and everybody gobbled them whole. Literally gobbled. Goes to the Thanksgiving thing, but gobbled them whole. And they say don't change. Make them exactly the way you do.
Well, the funny thing is, Mom almost demands we go stay the night with her and Don about 2 or 3 nights during the Halloween time.
You mean Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Thanksgiving time. I'm sorry, Thanksgiving season.
Right.
And she wants you to cook with her.
Oh, yeah.
They want to eat with us. We
Love it.
always got to go out and eat somewhere.
Yeah,
then we just go shop.
Right, and I'm hoping this year, me and my son, last year you probably seen if you binge watched last November, me and my youngest got food poisoning on the turkey. Papa Don, we come home, our stomachs were dying. We were dying for like 2 or 3 days, but thank goodness it wasn't so bad that we were hospitalized.
Yes, Don, they blamed you.
So everybody else that ate the ham, they were okay. Just ate the ham, but me and Justin that ate a bunch of turkey, yeah, that didn't go down too good for a weekend, but we survived, for sure. All right, so guys, quickly, listing results for us. We are still in October. You're not. You're in November. But Daren and I, in order to get the 10.5, currently we're at 9,132.82. Yeah, we only have one more day left, and we would need at least $1,300 more to do that. It's going to be near impossible. I'm just saying, unless I got more jeans to transfer over, which I don't plan on doing tonight and tomorrow. So I don't think we'll make the 10.5, but I know we did pass our $9,000 regular goal up, so we're doing okay.
Well,
and
that
it's
means
showing,
next month,
right?
next month's goal is going to go down some
Right.
because you know we don't go down between what we hit, but when we don't hit something, that means I got to mark the go down because we got
the busyness of what I do during the year, this time of year, and what he's doing and how he is holding the brunt of this. Thank goodness. It's in the packing. We had a big shipping day today, which was great.
Well, and today because of shipping and various things that we had to do. My numbers have been down the last couple of days. Today was really bad for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, my dollar amounts are just not there.
Right.
They're just not there. So I'm having to work way harder with way lower dollar amounts.
Yeah, it's true. And like Daren and I have been talking, we're also trying to take the things that we have that are already listed and see what we can do to move them. They've been here for so long, they've got to go. And that's in order for us to get those monies in to be able to get things that are, you know, new to us, so to speak.
Yeah, we are I'm not going to say we're maxed out, but we are very tight right now on room.
Tight on room, yes. And we have a whole death pile, as you guys know, to continue, and that's really large as well. So we're not hurting in things. We don't even have to source.
No, we don't.
But
not for now.
There's things we want to move in. There's things that have been sitting here that need to move out, and that's what we're trying to do.
We got plenty of offers. People are wanting us to come buy from them, but it is right now. There's just really no need because with the sales going on, hit and miss like they've been.
Right.
It's just sort of up in the air.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what? Before we begin, if you haven't already, oh please, what are you doing? Subscribe to the Madcap Toys family. We want you to be a part of us. Also, make sure you hit that bell for all notifications because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know. And comments, you know we love them, so just keep them coming. We're still heading towards that mark with more subscribers. Thank you to all the new subscribers out there. We welcome you to our channel. We appreciate you very much.
Yes, we do.
All right, we're going to start out with Madcap Toys Plus, 0. Ooh, I'm going to have to get going. I don't know. I'm just going to have to keep listening.
I think,
I don't know what to do.
I think some of the problem is I don't think you're getting the credit you deserve because some of the time you're basically transferring from me to you to try to move things down.
But in my defense, in the last 48 hours, I've been also putting on brand new from the thing.
And I'm actually shocked because I wondered why you're not getting credit for that because I say I think sometimes because some of the people when we talk in the groups and what have you think, well, some of it we believe, and they're talking about themselves as well, is because of transference.
Right. But in my case, in the last 48 hours, I put on brand new clothing. It wasn't adding to quantities. It was fresh.
Yeah.
So really, there's no excuse except somebody turned on the shut off button in the last 48
somebody's
hours.
doing something to
because it's not just a few dollars, guys. It's hundreds of dollars I've been putting on in 48 hours. So I don't know what's going on. I think they've turned it up max to Daren's, the Godfather, so to speak, and then mine they just kind of sat.
I think some of it is what server are they messing with? Because like you noticed when the main store was slower, we'd make a sale or two a day there for like 2 or 3 days where you get up to 4 or 5 sales and that's nothing.
Right.
But your store was going bam, bam, bam. And one thing that blew my mind, I did not expect that. I'm talking ever until you got almost equal with me or above it. You was even selling the main store. Yeah. With the baby.
It was
that
rocking pretty good.
Was weird.
Even earlier this week, maybe 2, 3, 4 videos ago, I had 5 orders. And was kind of helping along, like you said, the Godfather. And now it's just the very next day, I could see if I wasn't listing at all, but it just shut down completely.
Well, and here's another odd thing that I've noticed, and you may recall this yourself. Mercari has picked it up over the last 3 days. We've had pretty good back-to-back sales on Mercari, which we really appreciate. So they may have stopped doing what they needed to do or whatever. But we've been seeing some big movement on Mercari, and there's an update for Mercari for us, and this is us, not the site.
Correct.
With Mercari, we are putting items at bottom dollar a lot of times on Mercari that I just want to move.
Right. And we're going to continue to do that.
Some things will just be a buck, guys. All you're basically paying is shipping, but since there's no fees on Mercari, I'm putting it a buck to get some items out.
That's right. And we're going to keep on keeping on doing it, right?
Yep.
Let's get going. Poshmark, you did something. All right. So in the last 24 hours, we did it. This came from a pallet buy. So I believe I only have maybe 2 or less of these left, and we are sold out on this.
You've been moving a lot
of
stuff
very, very good there. I like this purse. It's very nice. It's beautiful. It's satin, so this is the kind of purse you would take if you're all dressed up and ready to go out for a lovely evening. This is from Wild Fable, small burgundy textile women's crossbody bag purse, new zip with pockets. Going out to Comarino 2014. Thank you so much. And this sold for $15 with free shipping. Awesome. Yes, indeed.
Good deal.
So I not only dropped the price on it, but I also gave it free ship. I'm still making, guys. I'm still making profit on this buy. So I'm happy. It's gave me a little bit more room, and that's what I want. So going out in the AM, and yeah, if you would have went to Target, you would have paid $18 on the shelving. So got a great deal. All right, and that was it on Poshmark. I know, just one there, but I'm hoping Poshmark will catch up. Well, also too, in their defense, I haven't listed on there for weeks, and so I need to start maybe adding some of the new clothing to it a little bit to see if I can kind of get it going.
Now, Kath, are we? We're not doing the multi site listings anymore, right? I mean, I don't.
No, I haven't
because
been.
It's just a headache. So
I haven't been.
Keep an eye of that.
I may do that with the clothing because I know how to do the inventory if I have multiples. But again, even then, I haven't even done that with the new stuff.
Well, the biggest thing I fear is if we have, like we've had the last couple weeks, several times, where people are taking by, let's say, all 5 of them.
Right.
You know, that's my biggest fear.
So Daren had a bulk buy. We're going to go to Mercari. But Daren had a bulk buy of these as of late.
Yes.
Him and Brandon went out on a lovely uncle nephew.
Well, my nephew's been a little bit good luck.
Dinner date.
It's almost like I rubbed his head, which I did, and I've been making sales.
Went to a retail arbitrage fun, which I was happy for that. And Brandon bought some bulk comics and so did Daren. So this came from that buy.
Well, the poor kid, if you remember, he called me and said, "Uncle Daren, you bought 2 of those boxes," and he said, "I went to eat Ponderosa with Mom." He said, "All I've been thinking about is, should I go buy one of those boxes? Do you think I'm going to get good things?" I said, "You'll probably get some hits." I said, "but you're going to probably get some misses." So he said, "Well, I can't hardly stand it. I got to go do it." So right after he ate with his mom, he went back to the store, picked up a whole box for like, what was it? I can't remember, $50, something like that.
50 or 60, something like that.
And he went and he got it and he went home. He said, "Uncle Daren, I might do okay." He said, "I'm not sure."
Never know. So again, guys, if you know Mercari, there are no seller fees, and this is what Daren was talking about. 2007 DC Comics Lego Bionicle G-Nition Sea of Darkness. And I'm not going to pull it up as far as who, because it just comes up on Mercari. But this sold for $1.
Yeah.
So,
and then shipping was like $5.49. So that gives you a basic idea what it would cost total.
Right. So we don't get the shipping on Mercari. So we get the buck, but Daren bought a whole box for what, 20 a piece?
Yeah, I think the box was a total of 20.
Because you spent like 50 or 60 bucks.
Yeah, 25 a piece. Yeah.
Right. So you got like 2 or 3 boxes and paid about 25 a piece. So he well got his money back, and will be getting once he sells all of those comics. So it works out in the end.
Well, I've been selling several new acquired ones that I've just been putting on, like you note, including that one and the one that's coming up. And then I also have been selling some of the older ones, so that also helps offset some of the lower comics that I'm selling at cheap
Right,
price.
and so Daren also will be board and magging these, and also they'll be protected in a Gem comic mailer. But yeah, so we're still going to make a lot once we sell those boxes. But yeah, but it's an eye teaser and great for those, and I'm sure you comp them before you even list them.
I always do, but here's the deal with what we're talking about. If I just sell these guys all for $1, minus the shipping, supplies, and all that, which is going to come out here and there because of sales, I'm getting about 200 plus to 250 comics per box. So you're looking at $1 a piece, $250 minus the 25 per box. You're going to make your money.
You're going to make your money back.
And that's if everything goes in that site, which it will not.
And so this afternoon, we got another ching, didn't know what was going on. Somebody else bought this one. So it's the same lineup.
A second ago, I got to look at it.
It's a Lego G-Nition again. This one here is the 2007 DC Comic Lego Bionicle G-Nition Sea of Darkness, Death of a Hero. And this one also sold for $1.
Yeah.
Plus ship. Yeah.
And now, guys, we have just started doing the $1 push. So not everything Madcap Toys has listed on Mercari is going to be $1.
Correct.
So keep that in mind.
So
please.
yeah. So we know what we're doing. We got enough money in here and over there to know what we're doing. So we're just pushing out. And the great thing about it is we have no debt with it. We have no debt. Right?
Okay. All we pretty much owe, I think, is the house, right?
The house.
Yeah. So we get out of that.
So I need a new car.
Be sitting pretty.
I need a new car once the interest rates start going out.
No, I'm not going to pay that.
We're not even going to go there.
Yeah.
But all right. So I'm going to share with you something here. This came from a pallet buy, and yeah, sometimes when you get pallets, things don't come, perfect. So there's a little tear here, but that's okay. Now I could not put this on eBay. Why couldn't I put this on eBay, Daren? Because Otter. If you stick anything, whether it's in box, out of box, and put Otter on eBay, you will get what they call V-Road. Okay, so eBay has, if you don't know about it, contracts with different companies. And if you are so-called competing against another company that's on their list, you're either going to get your hand slapped, they'll remove the listing, and if it continues, they will ban your account.
Well, here's the big
so
thing
I knew this going in.
Yeah, go ahead.
I knew this going in that Otter would not be going on eBay. So I did sell it, but I sold it somewhere. Well, sold it on Mercari because it didn't give me any lip about it. I saw a bunch of people selling Otter products, so I thought, might as well.
Well, this is what kills me on eBay. We are sellers, independent contractors. We purchased, and yes, we may not keep receipts for every individual singular item, because if you buy a pallet, which that come from, correct?
Came from a pallet.
If you're buying a pallet, you're not going to have a detailed pallet invoice for every item in the pallet normally, the way we get them at this point.
Right.
Some companies may do that, but this company that we're dealing with does not, because they do a lot of mix and match, to be honest.
That's right.
But to me, if you own it, then you ought to be able to resell it.
Right.
Not everybody went into Walmart, Target, and various stores and broke in during the mad riot rush and stowed everything out of the site. A lot of us bought this stuff.
That's right.
Rightfully.
Right. And just a quick news break. Hey, Tim Halcomb, I'm glad you're watching us. And yeah, I'm glad eBay is going good for you right now. Hopefully it'll continue to pick up for us. Tim Halcomb, he just commented on our video.
Appreciate
thank you so much. But yeah, getting back to this. So yeah, so I knew going in, I was like, Daren, before we even take pictures, let me handle it. And he was like, why? I said, because this would be a huge V-Row, no. And I'm not wanting to have this go near eBay. So we took care of it.
We very rarely have a problem with eBay. A lot of times it's like eBay has to find something to bitch about. I mean, seriously. With us, I remember one time I put on a comic book and they said I balked, what was that word they used?
I have no idea.
I balked whatever to stack the search results. And I didn't...
Oh, the keywords or
I didn't put hardly nothing in it except what was in the title.
I know, but what happened is if you use... I'm not saying borrow their listing, that's not what I'm saying. But
I didn't do that.
If you do a sell similar with someone else's listing, and it takes their item specifics, it can do that. I've done it before in the past. I don't do it now. I just create my own new listing.
No, I just took... mine was a brand new listing.
Okay.
All I did, what I got in trouble for, from what I could understand from their complaint, was because I put in the title that was on the book.
Oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Another one that I know to keep clear of with eBay is, and I don't have them here to show you, but we had in a pallet buy, and I loved them, and everybody loved them, and I'm actually sold out of them, the Owala cups. That's O-W-A-L-A. Beautiful cups. My granddaughter just got one for this year for school. Loves those cups.
Those were hits, weren't they?
Loves those cups. Got one for school. Really nice, bright blue, of course.
Yeah.
Allie Hope. But we got a few of the smaller ones in. They just went out the door. And I thought, oh, cool, because I sold one on eBay. Nothing was said. And all of a sudden, I get the V-Row notice a while later with just a couple left saying, hey, these got to get off. So I was like, okay. But I sold them on Mercari.
Well, a lot of times I think that crap comes from overseas.
I don't know, but it's aggravating. So yeah. So when in doubt, guys, look at that V-Row list just to make sure. But again, don't try to sell any Otter products on eBay.
Well, the weird thing with V-Rows on eBay, they'll either hit you to start with, or they'll hit you after you've sold like 3/4 of the amount. You know?
And you've had it on for over a year now. It's a problem, right?
Yeah.
So guys, we didn't have a lot in this, of course. Again, we probably paid $4.50 for it in a pallet. And I had it listed for $35 for a while because, you know, people pay this much for these. I even have this on my iPads, right? And they're very awesome if you have one. But someone liked it, and I was like, I'm tired of it being in here. You know, it's been a while, and I need to move it. And I offered them $15, and they took it. So this is the OtterBox Defender Pro series for iPod Pro 11-inch, first, second, and third generation. Sold to Resell Stop Shop. Thank you guys so much. And it sold for $15 plus ship. And I was glad about that because no seller fees, and I'm making, what, 300%?
You're making good.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Thank you so much.
And even by the time, and I don't know what the seller fees is, I'm assuming it's $6 and change.
With Mercari, there's none.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying shipping fees.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I don't know what the shipping was, but
I think I'm not going to think I will tell you. It's actually going to UPS tomorrow. UPS.
Oh boy.
So going to UPS tomorrow. So that is probably why.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, even with that, I mean, if you have to take a little bit of the amount for the shipping supplies, you subtract, you're still doing like 4 times.
Even with Mercari, though, you can't take the shipping.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking, you take it off for the shipping supplies from the amount you earned.
Oh, I see, yeah. That's true. You've got a point there, absolutely.
Me,
so every time I go to eBay on the one browser with Google, I don't know if you guys ever have this, it cancels out after so long. It's like got a timer or something. Yeah. And I don't understand it, but it lets me get back to it, so... and so we've done Poshmark, we did Mercari. Let's go and head over to the Godfather because, you know, Madcap Toys Plus is a loser right now, right?
Well, I don't count as a loser. I count as the site's hiding you.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully she will glitter and shine for the world to see very soon. Hopefully, we hope. All right, so let's get going with that. We had some things spin off. Daren was trying to play a zombie game. Yes, my gamer kids love zombies and chasing zombies and gaming and all that lovely stuff. And so they were busy doing that. And it kept going cha-ching, cha-ching. I was like, Daren, when you get a chance, you know, or when you get out with the game, can you help, you know, get things done? Because I was so busy packing and listing.
My kids get mad when I get off there.
He's like, wait a minute. Mom and Dad got another sale, so we got to do that. So it was really good last night. It really was. This one was hanging over from the last video, but we decided, I think I already told you there was a couple pending. So this was one of them, and so it is going out in the AM tomorrow. This is one of the CDs from the big CD buys Daren has been getting at yard sales lately. 2001 CD, new. I've never heard of it. NEW from Astral Works. Found in the media shelf, going out to James. Hi, James. And he took advantage of the 20% off coupon, which, of course, now for November, it'll be it's already ended for you guys. And this sold for, wow, $3.98. Very, very good.
And we've been listing. I have several. I'm going to just put them out. CDs, various ones, at $3.98 because I have so many, I need to make room.
Right, understood. Yeah. So the Disney, we have a Disney tote, and the Disney tote has been sitting a little, you know, just sitting there, still collecting dust birds and all of that good stuff. And it was time to kind of move things. Now this, I didn't give any offers on or do anything. It just happened. So once I saw this sale, I thought, you know what? We need to focus on the Disney tote to see what we can do to purge a little bit. And so that caused a couple of sales for us late last night. But this wasn't one of them. It actually just happened. This is the My Little Pony Generation 3 Brushable McDonald's Sweetie Belle. So if you notice, and Daren may not know this, but this is smaller than the average My Little Pony. So when they're stinky like this, they're usually a McDonald's toy, Burger King toy, etc. So this is from the McDonald's. And usually, correct me if I'm wrong, My Little Pony collectors, the tail is usually not plastic, right? So if you have that, they have that hair string tail. But because it's from McDonald's, they show it with the plastic. Okay. So if I'm wrong, correct me. There's a comment section below, but that's what I'm thinking. So this was found, of course, in the Disney tote. This one's going out to Jenna. Hi, Jenna. Thank you so much. And it sold for $3.99 plus ship.
Good deal.
Very good. Going out to you in the AM. So when I saw that unicorn sale, the My Little Pony unicorn sale, I thought, you know what? I need to start paying more attention to the Disney tote. And because I did that, we had another sale shoot off, which I'm very thankful for. We'll tell about in just a second. And then this was found in Kathy Tote 5. This was from an Amazon pallet. So we did find some clothing in an Amazon pallet that we bought over a year ago. And this one's really, really nice, still in packaging. This is the Zeola swimwear. This is actually a swim top. It's a women's top plus size 3X pink long sleeve stretchy, brand new with tag. Found in Kathy Tote 5. They took advantage of the 20% off discount going out to Tony. Hi, Tony. Thank you so much. And this sold for $13.95. So these are kind of premium because they're, you can't really find any swimwear like this. Yep. So it was very competitive. So when they took advantage of that 20% discount, it really made the price competitive there. So going out to you, Tony, and the AM. Thank you.
Well, if they like this much discount, next will even be better for certain items.
Gonna be great. All right. And then I was really surprised and smiled great big when this sold. This just automatically was a cha-ching while Daren was playing games last night. This is from Ryan's World. I love food trucks. I don't know about y'all, but when I go see a food truck once in a while, especially in our area in Spencer, we get happy with a Meg Snack Shack and Right on Cue. Love our food trucks here. So this is a Ryan's World food truck, and it was found on the Jordan shelf. Daniel took advantage of the 20% coupon. I hope this is going to be a fantastic gift for that special child, loved one. And this sold for $21.95.
Yep.
Very, very good. So I was happy to be able to get this out and get this ready for getting it ready for the holidays. So I'm excited to do some holiday finding. We forgot to look for the belt. Actually, the belt's right there, so I can grab it real quick if you want.
Which one?
They're all the same.
Okay. There you go. I'm sorry.
So sorry. I was going to tell him that, so sorry for that. So we actually have 11 items.
Okay, good deal.
So it does clear us out. So all of these are the same size and everything, so thank goodness there. And we have 7 of these left after this one. I mean, they're all right there somewhere, hiding up there. This is the Cat and Jack Black Kids Webbed Woven Belt Size Large. Again, Target did not take these out of the package. And they were thrown in a pallet. And I was like, this is awesome. They're very, very nice if you have a child that's wearing black or gray. This is very colorful and really, really nice. And this one's going out to Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Thank you so much. And this sold for... I can read it. $5.99. Very, very nice.
Awesome.
I love when I see accessories like this because you can't always find them a lot of times. So this is a very nice one. Thank you so much for that.
Well, I'm glad we actually made 11 sales then.
Made 11. We lied to ourselves. We lied. And then this one came from the G.I. Joe tote. I had to make sure it was the exact one, and he was close to the top, so it worked out good. This is from 1982. It's the Hasbro Vintage G.I. Joe Clutch. Yes. Version 1 straight arm variant. So I had to make sure it was that one.
That's very important.
And it's called Vamp Driver, of course, guys. And this sold to Brad. Hey, Brad, thank you so much. And yeah, sold for $25. Very, very good. Yeah. Went out to Brad in the AM, so maybe just roughly about 10-15% discount.
He's a little bit harder to find because, they start out with that variant because that should be V1 if I wrote it down right. And then they later on sort of did a little change up to him, so it became basically a V2. So.
And lastly, guys, this kind of spurred the sale because of looking at the Disney tote. So I had started marking down a few here and there, comping at first, not just doing a markdown, but looking, comping, seeing what we had in it, what we're going, what we needed. And I noticed it just was too expensive, really, with the shipping. And I was like, come on, this is, this needs to get down a little bit. So I was
sadly, a lot of stuff has changed since it was originally listed. The shipping is a big
and it's a McDonald's item. Yeah. So I dropped it $1, and then within maybe 4 hours, it's sold. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Still making bank because on eBay you can make a little bit on the shipping. Covers your supplies and everything. Very little. So it worked out beautifully. This is the 1997. It's very vintagey. Vintage Universal Monsters Burger King toy werewolf action figure. Found in the Disney tote. Alan also took advantage of the 20% off coupon. And this sold for $6.99 plus shipping to boot. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, now after we found that belt, we've got 11 items going out in the AM, and so very, very excited about that. Daren said he heard some cha-chings.
I've heard,
I don't know.
At least one. At least one.
So I plan on, after I get this all packed and stacked for the AM, to hopefully try to list before. Because sometimes when I say that, it's usually around 7 at night. I'll go in, I'll get these packed. That takes me about an hour or so because my computer upstairs is crazy. But I have it on right now, so we're hoping it'll help it. And then after that, I go back downstairs, take a shower, and then I only have maybe about 1 or 2 hours before it hits around midnight, and I have to go to bed and do it, you know, rinse, repeat, go over again. So it's not, it just, those hours just eat up at the nighttime.
Right.
So I might be able to list, I might not, we will see, but I want to be able to see if Madcap Toys Plus, I can get it out of the dead zone after 48 hours.
I'm confident because you got good stuff going on. I mean, you're not putting on junk. Okay, you remember
brand new
2 years ago when I used to argue with eBay's internals all the time, and I literally spent, like, well, you did half the time, hours with those people on the phone. Well, it's your stuff, going through your stuff. It's like, no, it's not the stuff, because we've made, you know, over 100 grand on this stuff in a year. Don't get it that we're doing it right now, because we're not. No. But, you know, it's not your stuff, people. I mean,
no, definitely not. Yeah. So, and like I said, I've been putting on not only some transferring things, but also brand new that's never been in either of our stores before. So, don't know. All right, guys. Well, I don't have anything else to say. Do you have anything else, Daren?
Yes, one little note.
Let him come here.
Okay, stay there. Do not leave.
Oh, come on.
All right.
I'm in your way.
I want you here.
Okay.
All right. All right. Right here is what we got going on. You guys that are fellow Mercari sellers. Okay. We recently received a bad feedback on Mercari, which is abnormal for us, if you remember. It was a 2-star. Thank you for that. But the person that we did something we normally didn't do, we blocked the person. And here's why we blocked the person that gave us a 2-star, and it's there for everybody to look at and review if you want to. We had somebody that was a fellow seller that bought off of us that claimed a makeup kit that we sent them, we assumed, for them to use for Halloween or somebody in their family. That's right. They gave us a snotty little feedback. So we did what we normally don't do, and we blocked them. And the reason being is we never got contacted about any problem. No. We never got contacted about what can you do about it to make it better or more fair. No. We never got told there was any issues. No. We never got told there was damage to the box or the packing, which, by the way, there wouldn't be much chance of that item to get damaged the way we pack it, because if you bought off of us, you know we bubble wrap everything, and a lot of you guys even get little packing peanuts. Not everyone, but a lot of you guys. But Kathy makes sure everything gets bubble wrapped. Right, and there was no damage. She said there was no damage, was packed beautifully. But the funny thing that this person said is it was smaller than they thought. It was makeup. And the makeup also was leaking out or dried up, or however she put it. You can read in the feedback to get the exact wording. But in other words, there was a leak and damage in the package. We have showed that exact package on these videos that we're sending to you guys, and many of you guys that are our viewers watched it. Right. So I said, fine. I gave her, of course, a 5-star, which we normally do to buyers if we don't have a problem with them, they don't come off crazy or something. But because we did not get any kind of notification and heads up, and we very rarely block people, but because of that, we blocked her. And guys, if there was a problem, a real problem, and I looked to see at the time of me looking at it, as of even today, she sells some of the same stuff that we put on. That's true. So we call that seller's envy. Okay, now you can call it what you want, but it's basically trying to knock your competition down a stair step, because they're getting good feedback, they're getting good reviews, and they're selling competitive products. Be careful if you are a Mercari seller, whether you're big or small, because you're going to have that. And you guys that are a little larger understand what I'm talking about, because you got people that are want to be up and comers. It's going to try to knock you down. But it seems like that's getting to be a little bit of a problem on Mercari. Yeah. Anything on there, babe, you want to add? That's basically the gist of it. But again, it was something that we had showed you guys. All of the liquid was in there. Nothing was leaking. It was all sealed. And, of course, it was the exact size that was shown in the picture. Well, so I don't know what we could have done better. Yeah, if there was any kind of problem, we never got any pictures. We never got any contact. No. We never got anything but a bomb feedback. Yep. And it's like, if you really have a problem, because we've done this for 24 years again, we usually get notified, especially if it's a fellow seller that's got no malcontent usually, and they'll show you a lot of times the way the box come in, if it's been beat to death, or if something's, you know, caused it. But like I said, again, the box and damage and throwing by the postal unit or whoever. But I mean, there was nothing. This was just a feedback hit.
Well, didn't she say because she gave us 2 stars because she said I gave you 2 stars instead of 1 because it was packed carefully and it was. So I was
and another thing is, she contacted me 3 different times about the item.
Beforehand?
Yes, beforehand.
Oh.
And she said, is this item going to go out today? I said, yes, it's going to go out today, which was basically a Monday, if I recall, because we can't ship on Sundays.
Can't ship on Sundays.
She did not buy to go UPS.
No, if you buy on a late Friday night, it's not going to go out till Sunday most of the time unless they ship on Saturdays.
Unless we get to it on Saturday morning or late Friday night, which if the way it's going at 6, 7 o'clock at night lately, it's not going to likely happen because we're getting into that season. But I mean, we never got no heads up that there was a problem. So a lot of times that just tells you guys, be careful. If they're not going to contact you at all, they're just trying to take you a peg down. Exactly. And they see that you're getting a lot of good feedbacks, so they figure one sort of nefarious feedback's not going to do nothing but give you a little black eye.
Right, exactly. All right, guys, that's all we had for today. Don't have anything else to say?
Well, the reason I said that, just finishing off, sorry, is because I'm just trying to warn fellow sellers, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen now through the holidays.
True. Okay. Alrighty, guys. I've got nothing but until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great one.